In this video, we will be talking about the CAP theorem. So what is the CAP theorem? It was postulated in 1999 by Berkeley's Eric Brewer. The CAP theorem states that any distributed storage system with shared data can have at most two of the three desirable properties. It can be consistent, available, or tolerate partitions. So these are the three desirable properties, and the CAP theorem states that at a time you can have only two of the three, but you can never have all three simultaneously. To visualize the CAP theorem, let's consider each of those properties in this diagram. Systems that are consistent and available, such as traditional single-node relational database management systems, can't tolerate partitions because they are in a single system. The so-called NoSQL databases trade consistency in order to have availability and partition tolerance. And as you can imagine, as a result of the CAP theorem, having all three properties is not possible. So let's look at the first category, which is consistent and available, CA. A traditional single-node RDBMS is considered to be a consistent and available system. Therefore, this system cannot have any partitions because the system is monolithic. There is only one piece of it. If there is a failure, then, this system is just not available, and therefore it cannot tolerate any partitions. In the second model, we have consistent and partition tolerating system. This is sort of a theoretical model. You can't really, I can't really think of actual systems that have this property. If such a system exists, then yes, it can be consistent and it can tolerate partitions, but it won't be available in case there is a network partition. And then finally, we look at the available and partition tolerant systems, or AP. Now, this is the basis for many NoSQL systems. They trade consistency in order to be available, and thus these systems tend to be eventually consistent. So in case there is a failure, or if there is a partition in the network of the system, then the system may return back stale data because it was not able to keep the data consistent.